Thank you for tuning in to Yard Beast TV. And on today's episode, we're going to be talking about building the missing link. Today I have with me CEO of Kid Fusion and creator of Jelly Jams, the lady herself, Stephanie Sterling. How are you doing today, Stephanie?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. And the reason why we're here today is basically to provide information to you who are sitting in the audience about what building the missing link is and how to incorporate it into your families. So I'm going to start off by asking Stephanie a little bit about her business so you can actually understand what she does. So Stephanie, what is it that you really do with Jelly Jams?
So what Jelly Jams is actually a kids fitness class. We do fitness moves to music. It's sort of like an aerobics for kids. And my goal is basically to get kids fit, since obesity is on such a rise right now, especially in South Carolina. And also get it to where they want to come back. They enjoy doing it. So it won't be a problem keeping them fit.
So do you believe that the parents have something to do with helping a kid become fit?
Most definitely. Because, you have some parents who are really gung-ho and they're going to drop their kids off at whether it's sports or a fitness class. But then you have some kids, parents who really just have a lot going on in their lives, and it may be a little harder to drop them off. And as far as that, maybe in the future I'll be able to offer a transportation service.
Okay. So outside of just keeping kids active, what do you think is one of the key components to really helping a kid get healthy? And how does that happen?
Outside of fitness, nutrition is very, very important. And it begins with the parents. The parents are the one who buys the food. The parents are the one who cooks the food. The parents are really the one who has major control over the food that goes into the child's mouth. So once we're able to get that under control and parents understand this is something they need to not only do for themselves, but for the sake of their kids' health and their future as well, then we'll be able to handle this thing once and for all.
So in your opinion, what are some of the major contributors for families not being successful with nutrition or with fitness?
I think nowadays we have both of the parents are out of the house. They're both working. And it just really conflicting because now we don't have enough time to do what we need to do as far as come home and cook a nice, wholesome meal. Now they stop by McDonald's, stop by Burger King, just whatever is most convenient is what they put in their child's mouth. And that is really key to getting us on track.
So I know you mentioned a couple of fast food restaurants, and yes, we are battling with obesity here in Greenville. I think the last statistical information I've actually saw is about 28%, which is extremely high. It's really above the national average. But why do you think people really look for quick fixes? It looks like we're looking for quick fixes with foods to feed our children, feed our families. Look like we're looking for quick fixes to solve our weight problems. What do you think are some of the things in your opinion that are driving those things for people looking for quick fixes instead of doing the actual work?
Most of it is people want to find the easy way out. People don't want to do the work. And that's a lot of stuff in people's lives, whether it's nutrition, fitness, trying to get to the next step, trying to do get rich schemes and stuff like that. People just don't want to take the time and put the work and effort into it. They just feel like it's too much, when really the reward from putting the work into becoming healthy and becoming fit and having the correct and the right nutrition, the reward is so much better in the long run.
So basically, I'm just going to just restate some of the things that you said or paraphrase. So in your opinion, if the family started cooking more meals at home for children and the rest of the family, that would be cutting edge or bleeding back into creating a more healthier environment from a nutrition standpoint.
Yes, but it depends on what type of meals they're cooking. You can't be cooking fried chicken and fried pork chops and the greens with the fat back in it every night.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be cautious of what you're cooking. I mean, you have to do fresh vegetables or steamed vegetables or boiled vegetables, preferably steamed because they still keep a lot of their nutritional value.
Mm-hmm.
Fruits, the meat should probably be baked or either grilled. And you got to stay away from red meat as well.
In some instances, yeah. I agree. Most people eat too much red meat because they don't understand what the component of red meat does and how the body actually uses it and absorbs it. It's very good to the taste, and we are taste bud driven. And a lot of foods are pumped full of salt. A lot of foods have sugars. So when you're going through your grocery store and you're shopping for foods and your choices, where do you spend most of your time when you're looking for your choices?
Well, even as a little girl, I've always been a big fan of fruits and vegetables, and so that's my key, my component. I love fresh fruits and I love fresh vegetables, and that's where I spend most of my time. But as far as meats, I mainly do lean meats such as chicken, make sure it's boneless and skinless. And I love seafood, so fish is not an issue for me, especially salmon and tilapia, which are actually the two that are preferred when it comes to nutrition.
You're making me hungry right now. I'm thinking about all that good food you're talking about. And
but I try my best to stay away from red though, because
I
remember one time I was doing my clean eating and I really didn't have any red meat, and I decided that I was going to have a burger, and the next day I felt like crap. So it pays to be healthy and to eat the right way, because you feel so rejuvenated and you can really tell the difference.
I agree. Many of my clients actually deal with, making the right choices. So that's why I create nutrition plans for them as a roadmap. And the nutrition is the biggest part. You can't out-train your nutrition. And the key is when you're building a block in your family to basically say, hey, I'm trying to get everybody healthy. It has to be a group effort. Everybody needs to be working towards it. And I'm glad that Stephanie was here today to share her side of how she's working with children to help them become healthy with fitness. I work with adults. We all are trying to become our best at what we're trying to do. Food does matter, and the only way to do it is make sure you're handling it in the kitchen. So family, whoever's the person in the kitchen that's actually cooking the food, you're controlling your family's destiny. So before we go into the next stage of this event, I want to thank all of you for coming out today, checking out episode 2 of Yard Beast TV. Enjoy your time and get your exercise on. Let's do it!